Buy these 8 things before you retire to live your best life. Picture yourself alone in your living room, the soft glow of a yellow lamp spilling over the savings book you've spent a lifetime building. Retirement is just a few years away, but a heavy feeling grips your heart. Have I done enough to make these years count? Will I wake up each morning with purpose and joy, or will my days stretch out empty, with the freedom I dreamed of feeling like a burden? That question cuts like a knife, forcing you to wonder if the years ahead will be a reward or a regret. I'm Tom Bennett, 64 years old, living in Asheville, North Carolina, where the majestic Blue Ridge Mountains and the whisper of wind through pine trees remind me daily that life is meant to be lived, not wandered through aimlessly. For 30 years, I was a high school math teacher, grading papers past midnight, raising 2 daughters, and paying off our little log home overlooking the valley. But 8 years ago, at 56, as I locked my classroom door for the last time, chalk dust still on my hands, a harsh truth hit me. I'd saved money, but I hadn't invested in the things that make retirement worth living, things that nurture health, spark passion, and give meaning to your days. That wake-up call changed me, and today, I'm sharing the 8 things I wish I'd bought sooner to live my best life in retirement. What's missing from your plan? How do you ensure freedom doesn't turn into loneliness? Stay with me because this story could unlock the future you've dreamed of, and the last thing might just redefine what retirement means to you. When I first retired, I thought staying active would come naturally, maybe hiking the Appalachian Trail or biking Asheville's winding roads. But a few months in, I was parked on my armchair, reading or watching TV instead of moving. I gained weight, felt sluggish, and my wife Susan saw it before I did. For my birthday, she quietly gave me an Oura Ring, a $300 health tracker that monitors sleep, steps, and heart rate. I laughed thinking, why spend money on a fancy watch? But every morning, over coffee with Susan, I checked my sleep score and readiness metrics. 1 week after late nights watching football with friends, my sleep score dropped to 50, and I felt it, tired, foggy-headed. The ring showed me I needed earlier bedtimes, less beer. It's not just tech, it's like a friend keeping you honest. I met a friend, Jim, who neglected his health and now needs a cane to walk. Seeing him, I knew I had to take care of myself. Without that ring, I might have gone down the wrong path. Ever wonder how well you're really taking care of your health? A small device like this could be your first step to thriving in retirement. Then I realized my body needed consistent care, not just willpower. I tried working out at home with a yoga mat and some dumbbells, following YouTube videos. But I'd skip days, blaming rain or a good book. Susan saw me slacking and said, "Tom, you need someone to push you." She signed us up for a YMCA membership, $50 a month, and I went reluctantly. But man, it changed everything. The trainers designed workouts for my achy knees, and I made friends in spin class like Mary, 70, who lifts heavier than me. I look forward to Wednesday cycling, not just for exercise but for the laughs we share. If a gym's not your thing or money's tight, get resistance bands, a kettlebell, or even a small treadmill. I know someone, Linda, who skipped exercise and now regrets not being able to walk far with her grandkids. I don't want you to miss those moments. How do you plan to stay active in retirement? Got someone in your life inspiring you to move? A small but game-changing investment was noise-canceling headphones. Early in retirement, I craved space to think, learn, or just be still. I bought Apple AirPods Pro for $200, and they're like a portal to freedom. Every morning, I pop them in, walk our dog Rusty, and listen to history podcasts or call my daughter Claire in Raleigh. The noise cancellation helps me focus, especially when I started meditating for 10 minutes daily, something I never thought I'd do. Once, when Susan and I argued over travel plans, I put on the headphones, walked the park listening to bluegrass, and came back calmer. They're not just gadgets, they're a way to care for your mind. I met Paul, a retiree with no personal space, who says he's stressed from never switching off the world. If I could tell him one thing, it'd be to get noise-canceling headphones. What would you listen to for peace of mind in retirement? Music, audiobooks, or just silence? I wish I'd invested in good walking shoes sooner. Early on, I walked in old sneakers, and after weeks, my ankles ached, making me dread going out. Susan noticed my grumpiness and got me a pair of On Cloud shoes, $150, and I felt reborn. The soft cushioning and light fit made me want to walk daily, through Biltmore Park or up the hills near home. One day I hiked 5 miles with friends and those shoes kept me pain-free while my buddy Carl stopped early from bad footwear. I see retirees pinch pennies on shoes, only to cut back on activity due to foot pain. Good shoes aren't just shoes, they're your ticket to exploring the world. Got a pair that makes you want to get out there? If not, quality footwear could change how you live. Then I learned retirement needs structure, and a planning tool saved me from drifting. At first I thought freedom meant no schedule, but weeks in I'd wake up lost, no clue what to do. Susan handed me a Panda planner, $30 on Amazon, saying, "Tom, you need purpose." I started writing each morning. 3 things I'm grateful for, 3 things I'm excited about, and 5 tasks. One day I jotted down fix the garden fence and call Emma, and checking them off gave me a sense of meaning. The planner also synced me with Susan, planning concerts or friend meetups, cutting out schedule mix-ups. I met a couple at yoga class, aimless in retirement, saying it feels like a void. If I'd known earlier, I'd have gotten this planner before retiring. What habits keep your days meaningful? A little notebook might be your anchor. Cooking became a joy when I invested in new cookware. In retirement, I wanted to try new recipes, but our old, peeling Teflon pans made it a chore. We bought a made-in set for $400 and a Smithy cast iron skillet. Suddenly, the kitchen was my playground. I made chocolate protein bars for Susan and she tried garlic bread. One night, I hosted friends for a homemade salmon dinner, and their compliments made me feel like a chef. Good cookware isn't just safe, it sparks creativity and connection. My friend Ellen still uses old pots and says she dreads cooking because they're a hassle. If I could go back, I'd have upgraded my kitchen sooner. Do you enjoy cooking? A solid pan set might make you fall in love with your kitchen. A course or learning subscription kept my mind sharp. 6 years ago, Susan and I took a 10-week retirement planning course, $500, learning to budget, build habits, and talk openly about our dreams. Doing homework together showed me Susan craved more travel, and I discovered a passion for blogging about retirement. If $500's too steep, try masterclass or community classes, starting at $100. I know Bob, who learned nothing new and says his mind feels old. I don't want you to miss growing. Ever thought about picking up a new skill in retirement? A course could open new doors. Finally, I'll never regret setting aside a travel fund. In retirement, Susan and I budget $3,000 yearly for trips. Nothing lavish, just weekends in Charleston or a week in Maine. Each trip recharges us, like watching the sunset in Acadia National Park, feeling 20 again. Travel doesn't have to be pricey. Camping nearby or a small B&B works. I met a couple who never travel, saying retirement feels like a gilded cage. Without a travel fund, I'd have missed priceless memories. Where do you dream of going when you have time? A small fund could be the biggest gift you give yourself. Looking back on 8 years of retirement, I've learned saving isn't enough. You have to invest in yourself to make these years the best. I bought a health tracker, gym membership, noise-canceling headphones, good shoes, a planner, new cookware, a course, and a travel fund. They're not just things, they're how I stay healthy, find joy, and live with purpose alongside Susan and our family. Don't wait until it's too late to prepare. Ask yourself, what do you want your retirement to look like? What in my story makes you want to act today? Share your thoughts. Subscribe to Stories for Retired for more real stories and tips for a fulfilling retirement. Comment below, which of these 8 things excites you most and how will you use it? Hit like if my story inspired you and share this with anyone prepping for retirement. Join the Stories for Retired community and start building the future you dream of, right now.